Gender Minister Sarah Joasafo says she has written to the Finance Minister to direct a follow-up on the removal of the luxury tax on importation of sanitary pads. Advocates of menstrual hygiene have for years campaigned that the scrapping of the tax will make the pads more affordable for a lot more women and girls who for now are compelled to stay away from school for the period that they are menstruating. Vice President Dr. Baumia, during the 2020 election campaign, promised the administration would scrap the 20% levy. Speaking via video link on the commemoration of Menstrual Hygiene Day, Joasafo indicated she is working hard to get the tax removed.
The Department of Gender also undertakes mentorship programs for girls, which include topics on menstruation and personal hygiene, including the formation of girls' clubs within schools to act as a safe space for sharing. It's also important to note that the ministry, through the He for She campaign, continues to sensitize men and boys as advocates and champions in ensuring gender equality and women's empowerment. The needs of young girls is of utmost concern to me as a minister, and reducing the stigma around menstrual hygiene management is one that is very seriously on my agenda. And upon assumption to this office, I have written to the Ministry of Finance to direct a follow-up on the removal of the luxury tax on the importation of sanitary pads. It is my hope that through programs like this, we can break the silence, raise awareness, and change the negative social norms surrounding menstrual hygiene in Ghana.
Gender activist and broadcaster Gov't Auntie urged government to not only pay lip service to the promotion of menstrual hygiene, especially for the poor, but ensure they walk the talk.
Talk, we know how to do it. Every year we talk, but action, it's beautiful to hear the Minister for Gender talk about she has made a proposal. I pray to God, as a woman of faith, that by next year we will come here and say that that luxury tax has been removed. Hallelujah. For we've been pushing this for too long. Too long. Ladies and gentlemen, it is just common sense. It is not complex. It's not scientific. We all know the importance.
Join us, editor Israelite, a menstrual hygiene champion, joined other advocates to encourage more conversations about menstruation so that it ceases to be the taboo subject that it is right now.
At the schools, when we're talking about sexual reproductive health and you're talking about menstruation, let's not gloss over it. Let the boys be part of it. Let the boys appreciate what the women go through, or the girls go through when they're going through their period. At that level, yes, if you have 10 boys in the class, not all of them will empathize. But at least you're getting them to appreciate what it is at that level, so that when they find themselves at the level where they are making policies, they appreciate.
I get to schools and I realize that menstruation is like an abstract conversation in schools. A female teacher or a male teacher, let me even focus on the female teachers. They're teaching about menstruation and it really doesn't resonate with these girls and even the boys. So when I get to the schools, and practically speaking, if I go there on a Tuesday and I'm menstruating, I boldly tell them that as I stand here or as I stand before you, I am menstruating.
When COVID struck, we did something by getting the schools this nose mask. I think we have reusable parts. Government can start something. So I think that I supported her view by saying that there should be a mention. So we can start. If you have done nose mask, we can do reusable parts and then distribute to these girls.
We are now joined by founder of Bridge for Equity Ghana, Lily Pearl Baba Otu, one of those fighting to get pad tax removed. I'm grateful for your time. What do you make of what the gender minister had to say about the scrapping of the luxury tax on sanitary pads?
I I feel that more could have been done. Just saying that she has written to the finance ministry, I feel more could have been done because it's long overdue. We sent the petition last year, May, and that was what we were told, that they were going to send it to the finance minister for processes, for the due process to take place. So if 2021 we are still getting this feedback, I'm not really convinced, but I think it's better than none. So it's something that I would sort of laud.
How much is this tax, and why do you think it's been difficult for government to scrap it?
So there's a 20% import tax, and then there is a 12.5% VAT on it. And I can't really tell what the problem is with scrapping the taxes, but I have identified that if government is able to enable local production of sanitary pads, then we may not even need to import in the first place. So if we are able to enable local production, let's say every district, every community, every region has a hub that produces sanitary pads locally that are targeted at people in these rural communities, and even people who do not have the means to purchase the ones we are seeing in town now. They go in for that, they get used to the brand, then they grow up and that is what they know, and they keep using that brand, and then it fits into the agenda of purchasing made in Ghana goods. If we can still decide to, have these other brands that we have, that we are using now, but we can target that one to maybe high-level income people or middle-income people who want to go that way. Also, I feel that it's long overdue that government considers reusable sanitary pads, because these girls in these areas are already using rags. But imagine if you produce reusable sanitary pads for them. In this case, instead of using unhygienic materials, now they get to use hygienic materials. They get to wash it like the way they wash their rags, but this time around it's more hygienic, it's more efficient, and it's long lasting. It takes reusable sanitary pads take 3 to 5 years to be discarded. So imagine if you're getting a girl maybe 12 packs of reusable sanitary pads. She's going to be using it for the next 3 to 4 to 5 years. And so, I think this is how governments can, feed into the agenda of, taking off the taxes and enabling local production.
Is the removal of the tax enough to make pads accessible to all girls, especially those in rural Ghana?
No, it's not enough. However, I believe with everything, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. So I believe this is one step that we can take to reduce the price, at least. Then we can involve the local production. We can involve other things. In fact, there are people who are advocating for governments to produce the pads for free. But I don't believe in free pad production or free distribution of pads, because the problem with the free is that it's not sustainable, but it is a way to go about it. So we can take off the tax, we can enable local production, we can have the free ones also being distributed.
I'm grateful for your time. Let me say happy Menstrual Hygiene Day to all ladies.